Hi guys, how are we today? Alright, so I have two exercises based on heightened awareness and non-judgment. So we can look at them today. I've got a reading from the book Meditation Made Simple by Paula Watkins. So I'm doing that book again this week. So I'm going to start out with some information on anchoring awareness. So that talks about why it's important and what it is. And we will go from there. Okie dokie. So you've learnt how to draw your attention back to the present moment. Now you'll explore classical mindfulness and meditation techniques that stabilize and settle the mind and anchor your awareness. These practices are taught at the first stages of meditation in Buddhist and yoga traditions, where they're known as samatha and dhyana, respectively. The practices in this chapter will provide you with a focus or anchor on which you can rest your attention as you begin the journey of observing and settling your mind. So samatha is the Buddhist term for the practice of calming the mind through focusing on a single object. So that's mindfulness in a sense. So just being quality over quantity in your day-to-day life, not multitasking so much, not feeling so overwhelmed. And dhyana, I don't know how it's pronounced, is one of the 8 limbs of classical yoga. It too refers to the practice and state in which the mind is steadied by the use of some sort of object of contemplation. So the benefits of anchoring awareness. The benefits of these meditation practices can be grouped into 4 key areas: physical health, mental and cognitive functioning, emotional and psychological well-being, and interpersonal and social relationships. So let's take a closer look at each. Okay, so physical health promotes deep relaxation and activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which leads to lowered heart rate, blood pressure and respiration, enhanced immune functioning and accelerated rates of healing, decreased pain, slowed cellular effects of aging and stress through enhanced cell longevity. So it sounds pretty good. Mental and cognitive functioning. So increased focus, decreased distractibility, enhanced memory, improved fine motor coordination, and greater creativity. So the emotional and psychological well-being benefits: enhanced self-awareness, increased emotional self-regulation, less distress from negative, unhelpful, and overly analytical thoughts, greater positive emotionality, gratitude, love, and compassion, reduced relapse rates, and improved well-being in the treatment of patients with a range of conditions, including depression and anxiety. So interpersonal and social relationships. The stronger self-awareness in relationships, enhanced perspective taking, that is the ability to understand, appreciate, and empathize with a number of different perspectives that may not be identical to your own. So greater social responsiveness, enhanced empathy, and increased compassionate behavior. So the idea of effortless effort might seem like a paradox. The concept of effortless effort asks us to set aside our usual achievement-orientated way of approaching our activities. It invites us to give up the need to control, and it teaches us to refrain from forcing any kind of experience that isn't naturally happening during meditation. As we do this, we allow the meditation to unfold and happen by itself. All we need to do is provide the right conditions and let the mind's gravitational pull towards deeper stillness take over. The nature of the mind is such that it becomes quieter when we create the right conditions for it to do so, just as a muddy pond will become clear when the conditions are right. If we keep stirring the pond, the mud will continue to float and cloud the surface. However, if we simply allow the floating particles of dirt to drift and dance, they'll eventually make their way to the bottom of the pond to rest in stillness. We must apply both patience and effortless. We must allow the mud to settle. If we try to force it to settle and be still, we'll just end up creating more chaos. Similarly, If we dive into the mind and attempt to chase away thoughts or command them to be quiet, we'll simply stir up further mental noise. If we sit back and allow thoughts to come and go as they please, over time, we create the conditions in which the mind can begin to settle and to experience moments of stillness. Effortless effort isn't synonymous with laziness. Instead, it's an embodiment of the recognition that forceful striving isn't always the best approach. True, you might be instructed to focus or even concentrate your mind during meditation, but the fact is, these English language terms are very limited translations for the types of awareness you're being called to employ. The true purpose of meditation isn't to cultivate a mind that's particularly brilliant at merely concentrating on one thing. Being able to steady your awareness is simply one aspect of meditation. Whenever you come across the words focus or concentrate in relation to meditation, remember also the concept of effortless effort and find a middle path between the two. Okie dokie. So I'll just turn the page. So here's some information about that. Effortless effort doesn't mean that you should stop yourself from thinking, or even that you need to make yourself more relaxed. Meditation really becomes an effortful struggle only when people believe that their thoughts need to be cleared away. The truth is that meditation has nothing to do with obliterating the mind's ability to think. We come to enter the great peace of meditation by learning how to be an observer of the thinking mind. Use a meditation anchor. You'll learn how later on in this chapter, and focus on it softly and faintly but diligently. Use a light touch and rest your awareness on your meditation anchor gently. Do not attempt to grasp the anchor forcefully. There's no need to concentrate on it in the traditional sense of the word. Simply rest your awareness on it and never focus on your meditation anchor in an attempt to stop your thoughts. So take a few moments to settle down and breathe. Before beginning your meditation, revisit the techniques in Chapter 1. We talked about the way that you can actually prepare yourself for meditation, so the importance of breath and how to be in a quiet room, how to, do something that's personal to you, that fits to your life, and how you want to meditate, because obviously there's different forms. Let go of any expectations or preferences. You might have your meditation practice. Take each moment as it comes. Remember, when it comes to meditation and life in general, there's no such thing as perfect. Be physically comfortable. See the introduction and adjust your posture throughout your meditation if necessary. Okie dokie. So this next one is the actual meditation itself. So practice tips. Formal practice suggests you should practice this 10 to 20 minutes daily. It's up to you. Look, introduction meditation is kind of what I'm doing, and it's about a 5-minute breathing exercise for each one, which I find works fine for me because I can't sit still for more than 5 to 10 minutes. In formal practice, bring your full awareness to your breath at any moment throughout your day and feel the centering power this timeless experience provides. So it talks about the focus that you put into your day-to-day life. Like staring out the window at the trees blowing and clearing your mind and just enjoying that experience. So being in the present moment, here and now. Okay. So sit. I'm just losing the book. Sorry. Sit in any position that's comfortable for you and close your eyes. As you become aware of the fact that you're breathing, draw your awareness to your breath. Enjoy 3 full, slow, deep breaths. Fill the abdomen as you inhale and allow your entire body to soften as you exhale. Then allow your breath to settle into a natural rhythm. There is no need to alter your breath. Just observe it as it happens. Let the breath breathe you. Notice the natural movement of your breath through the rise and fall of your abdomen and chest, or through the subtle sensations of the breath around the nostrils. Choose one of these areas and rest your awareness there. As you allow your awareness to rest on your breath, your mind will wander at some point, caught by distracting thoughts, external experiences, or bodily sensations. Perhaps you just remembered a task you forgot to finish before you left work, or maybe a fly has begun to buzz around the room, or you feel as if you're about to sneeze. That's perfectly normal. When you notice that this has happened, remind yourself that this experience is more than okay. In fact, it's important, and it's a part of the meditation process. Don't beat yourself up for letting your mind wander. Simply observe the distraction and then gently bring your attention back to the breath. If you can do this, you're doing it right. Refrain from the urge to seek a completely still, settled mind. You might find it helpful to think of stillness as a stabilizing strength rather than a void in the mind's activity. At the end of your practice, take a few moments to expand your awareness from the breath into the room around you when you feel you're ready. Open your eyes. Well, that was nice, wasn't it? Okay, I'll just do a quick reading on the miracle of respiration, and then we'll get to the next exercise. I think there's a short reading about what that exercise is. Okay, breathing might seem like a pretty boring activity to most people most of the time, but it's actually quite an astounding thing, since every breath involves the interaction and communication of trillions of cells. In the womb, our lungs were filled with fluid, and we obtained oxygen through our bellies via our umbilical cords. But within seconds after birth, we gasped as our central nervous systems first came into contact with this new way of breathing and being. We inhaled, and our lungs inflated all on their own, moving oxygen into our bloodstream and removing carbon dioxide from it with exhalation. This beautiful, intricate dance will continue without any conscious effort on our part for every moment of our lives. Our lives begin with an inhalation and will end with an exhalation. The breath literally breathes us. Without breath, there is no life. Breath is life pulsing within us. But we do really experience it fully. All meditation traditions instruct practitioners bring awareness to the act of breathing. In fact, one of the teachers poetically guides students to drink the breath. When we experience the essence of life moving inside us, it becomes clear that every moment and every breath is precious. If not miraculous phenomenon, from this perspective, then the apparently ordinary act of breathing is truly an extraordinary process. It's all too easy for these important messages to sound cliche, but they're repeated so often for a reason, because a dance partner with the breath is truly one of the quickest, easiest, and most time-tested, as well as scientifically validated ways to enter into meditation. And when we enter into this dance, we must remember that the breath is the leading partner. We merely follow its rhythm. We don't try to change, dominate, or manipulate the breath during the practice of breathing meditation. We simply turn up. That's how we become witnesses to this extraordinary pulsation of life within us, as we cultivate the capacity to stabilize and settle our awareness.